Blowing across Nigeria is the wind of hope as Africa's young entrepreneurs with the same dream take a break from their everyday lives and embark on a journey across the nation with their ideas, innovations, and inventions. From the east, west, north, and south of Nigeria, we will witness as they make their way through the screening and auditioning to meet and convince the A.Y.E judges why they should be among the chosen beneficiaries.
But we're not the clients. The clients are the people who are buying it. And you haven't got a solution that makes sense to a client. And that's a fail.
No, I'm coming. This is new idea and new business.
But you don't really have a very strong structure of how you see your vision practically moving forward. You know, it feels very loose to me. I think you should have sat with them before you come here.
You should not allow this idea to be sacrificed at the altar of technicalities, because I have a dream.
We will experience their passion.
Sir, I have to prove the whole world wrong.
You want to prove the whole world wrong?
Yes, sir.
Their pain.
Get out of here.
And their gain.
You're getting the money you're requesting for.
Welcome to the final episode of the A.Y.E reality TV show, where we'll be showcasing beneficiaries from the show and other A.Y.E programs. Enjoy.
This is the A.Y.E 2019 convention. The energy is explosive. There are thousands of entrepreneurs trooping in. It is massive. It's massive, as you can see behind me. This is the largest gathering of entrepreneurs in Africa.
How do you feel about such a big gathering of entrepreneurs in Africa?
I feel very excited considering the fact that it's happening for the first time in Akure. It's awesome. It's beautiful. It shows that Akure is getting to that point where it would attract world attention.
That's an interesting point.
I'm happy to be connected to about 10,000 entrepreneurs all over Africa. In fact, I'm honored that this is being hosted in my own state, Ondo State.
I'm actually so excited. Like, this is the first time I'm witnessing something as big as this in Akure.
Where it's to network with great minds, to learn from great people.
I expect something that will cheer every one of us up, that will go back home and will go and do something better.
The theme of this convention is poverty eradication through entrepreneurship intervention. Do you think that entrepreneurship developments can truly liberate Africa from poverty?
Yes, I believe.
Evidence from China, you see that it's the entrepreneurs that actually raise the economy rather than the natural resources. So the world is going to a place whereby it's the businessmen that control the stakes in the world. So I think, yes, entrepreneurship is going to liberate people from poverty.
So if you would tell the organizers of this convention something, what would it be?
To the organizers, I'll say thank you and God bless you.
Don't give up on us, on Nigeria, because this is going to be a big platform for many to get out of their previous state of life, probably poverty, to a better one.
Let me stand on all existing protocol, and once again, we are so delighted that we're spending today together. Welcome, captains of industry. I'm going to start with our Honorable Sunday Dari. This one is for you, sir. Now, for years, some have argued that the Ministry of Youth and Sports of the Federal Republic of Nigeria focuses more on the sports and not necessarily the youth. Some have argued. We may be wrong. And this convention is themed Poverty Eradication through Entrepreneurial Intervention. What is your message for the youths that have gathered from all across Africa who are in search for a solution?
Thank you very much. I think it gives me great pleasure to come to the Dome here in Akure, and also perhaps for the first time since I became minister, to see the largest gathering of youth in one single arena.
Yes.
And that's a lot of kudos to the organizers, Africa's Young Entrepreneurs. but also more importantly for the host, His Excellency the Governor, who has given this opportunity for our youth to come together. Of course, as I walked through the hall from the back, something came to my mind. The fact that so many people believe the youth of Africa and the youth in Nigeria are a problem. But as I walked through, I realized that that was actually very opinionated and not true. Right. And I came to the conclusion that our youth in Nigeria and Africa is a group that is not a problem, but a resource to be harnessed. Africa CEOs met 3 months ago, and they came up with one powerful resolution, that the youth of Africa are not employable because they lack the requisite digital skills in the 21st century digital economy to get jobs. So the agenda is set and is clear, that we intend to invest in our youth, provide 500,000 to 1 million of them the required skills that they need. There are over 200 digital skills and tools, and we want to focus on a number of them. Make sure they get certification, cloud computing, web management and design, app development, mobile device repairs, in a very deliberate and structured way. And if I can say, that process has started. On November 12th, we launched what we call a new deal for the Nigerian youth. That is DEEL, not in the normal deal. And the first D stands for digital literacy and digital skills acquisition. The E stands for entrepreneurship. That's why we're here today. The next one stands for employability. How do we give our youth the double A, the added advantage to whatever degree that you have? And the L is for leadership and mentoring. On that same day, the African Union launched 1 million by 2020 for Africa. 1 million by 2020. That's the mantra. That's in another year. And they have 4 key areas: education, engagement, employment, and entrepreneurship. That is the clear mandate of the African Union, which has been cascaded to every African country.
Can we put our hands together? So now we're going to talk money. Judith, this is for you. Now, for a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, it's always capital, money. Need money to start. I mean, there are lots of people who want to do business, but they feel they don't have the financial capital to start their businesses. I want you to take this as a financial expert. Is money really the first thing we should look for as entrepreneurs?
First, I'd like to say what an honor it is for me to be here in Ondo State. It's my first time here. Thank you very much. Grateful for the honor. And to the organizers and team at A.Y.E, what you've set about doing, as I look around the room and all the people in the outside the room who waited patiently for this time, this is a miracle. A lot of people have ideas. Very few people can manifest their ideas in such a way to get so many people in one room with a common purpose. It's not a small thing. Don't take it for granted. In answer to your question, as somebody who's financed businesses for 30-odd years, longer than many of you have been alive, money is never the biggest issue. It's the ability to see and think. When you look at this room, what do you see? When you look at the world, what do you see? I'm saying to you, our biggest competitive advantage will never be money. It's our ability to see where most people don't see anything. We see something worth growing, something worth preserving, something worth building on. That is our strength. It's bigger than money. The ability to see, to dream, and to manifest that dream quickly, irrespective of the obstacles. The person who can do that repeatedly can do anything, and we're seeing an example of that at A.Y.E right now. Very important. So you have to look around you for the models. So money is easy because money makes things happen faster, but it can also bring your destruction if you don't understand what you're doing and what you're about. What actually are we trying to achieve? When we talk about poverty alleviation and entrepreneurship, why? The purpose of life is to live with joy, power, grow. If I become a billionaire and everybody around me is in poverty, what have I achieved? I have nothing. I was in Ghana during the revolution in 1979, and they were shooting millionaires on the beach. I was 12 at the time. You can do the mathematics. So what I'm telling you is just because 1 or 2 or 3 or 100 or 10,000 are rich in a continent of almost 1 billion people, it won't help us. The dream, the goal, the opportunity, particularly for Nigerians, our leaders, everybody knows. Nigeria produces more engineers, black engineers, than the United States. The thinkers, the first-rate thinkers, the best writers, the best artists are from here. We have to think deeply. This is a time for thinkers, more than even entrepreneurs. Think first, dream second, solve a big problem third. Bring everything in your power, including your network, to solve these problems. I see the leadership here in this country, which is why I came back to Nigeria for this conference. Solve a problem, a big problem, and the money will come. Thank you.
Wow. It's time for you to have eyes that see so that you can become wealth creators. And I really love that, Honorable Minister, that it's no longer, empowerment. It's now time for wealth creation. Okay, so Judy just added, and if you're writing down, this is what you want to put down. This is one of the first things you're taking away from this convention. I am a thinker and wealth creator. Mr. Boye, just give us something to take home.
Well, my first take home is to congratulate the attendees, because it's been a while since I've seen people who are so orderly, so disciplined. This is one of the leadership skills to excel in life. We've had many functions here, but this is the most dignified set of people I've seen in a very long time. I think you should clap for yourselves. Because when people say our youths are restless, no, our youths are resourceful. They are just awaiting the opportunity to excel. Initially, I thought I was going to have a talk on leadership, but your attitude shows me that talent is a gift, character and attitude is everything, and you have excelled in that. One of the takeaways I would give you today, because I remember some days ago or last week, a cousin of mine came to the office and said he was looking for a job. I said, what did you read? He said, geography. What are you doing now? I'm going back to read geography. I said, let me see your CV. He probably left school 10 years ago. So he's going from one first degree to another degree, probably end up as a doctor. And I told him, even if I had owned the world, you're unemployable. And why is that so? Because it's only in Africa that people carry photocopies of their qualifications. Nobody cares what certificates you have. They want to know, what can you do? It's your skill sets that matter. So most times when you go into a job interview, people actually are looking for people who have something to offer, not people who have read this and that. Because by the time you graduate, your knowledge is already dated anyway. Because most of the curriculum you have was actually to serve our colonial masters, not to allow you to think. I need you to understand that. So when you have job failures and there's no retrospective thinking that why have I failed in this interview again, it's because you spent a lot of time packaging yourself, both in physical and your CV. But when you read through, to a very trained mind, it's very hollow, it's shallow. It shows that you've gone through University of XYZ, and don't forget that the employer is even doubting how you got the degree. So what they want to see is are your self-developmental efforts, because those efforts are not marks you could have bribed for or slept for. So you come with a CV, no Excel, no spreadsheet, no Word, and you are telling me you have a master's. In developed countries, nobody would ever ask you. I used to live abroad. Nobody ever asked me for my qualifications. You can state it, and that's all. You have to prove yourself on the job. So that is something you need to understand. Society owes you nothing. You have to go there. We are seated here as a group. Outside this group, this is the last time you'll probably be together as a group. The race of life is alone. It's not in groups. So once you understand that, you'll be better equipped. Whatever you cannot envision, you cannot see. And what you don't see, you cannot achieve. Your passion would always attract people who will fund it. Please understand that. Like the last speaker said, money is the least of your problem if you want to be an entrepreneur. Because you must understand that you start small, but you huddle fast. In the smallness of your start, somebody is bound to see the passion to which you are pushing through your ideas. Now, many businesses start and fail because you must distill the enthusiasm of starting a business from the reality of starting a business. They are two different things. Business is not emotional. You have to take your time to research. The amount of research you do almost certainly allows you to succeed. And then if it is not your dream, please don't be on the track. Because most times, a lot of people do copycat businesses. Somebody has done it, and I want to do it. But passion is the fuel for success. If you don't have a passion for it, don't get involved in it. Finally, if you cannot think out of the box, you live within the limitations of the box. Thank you.
What an enlightening panel session.